Lawrence, what kind of challenge does he present? How do you game plan for him with limited film, obviously, in the NFL?
Yeah, I've always thought Trevor Lawrence was a really good quarterback. Obviously, I got a chance to see his film for a while now. He played at Clemson and things like that. But I've always thought he was a really good quarterback. It always seemed like he had this type of this calm, poised demeanor while he's back there, just progressing what the defense is giving him and things like that. And obviously there's always a learning curve almost at every single position, especially the quarterback position in the NFL. And so just really excited. I'm really excited to play against him and, to see how we matched up going down there in Jacksonville playing the offense.
Justin, what kind of mistakes do rookie quarterbacks tend to make?
Obviously a lot of it is just eyes, and sometimes, especially with someone that has great arm talent, you tend to try and force things when they don't need to be forced and things like that. That typically is, and in my opinion, I could be wrong, but that typically always seems to be somewhat of the problem here and there. And so, as a defense going down there in Jacksonville, we just have to be able to do what we do best and just get after the quarterback.
Justin, at the end of the game, when you had the game in hand, a couple starters came out on defense. Were you offered that? I was just wondering if your snap streak comes into play.
Oh yeah,
like that.
I knew it was coming. The snap streak. Honestly, no, I wasn't offered that. And it's crazy because I never think about it while I'm there, and then I always get reminded either after by the X amount of people that I work with, body-wise throughout the week, hey man, keep it up. You're looking good. And I was just I don't even think about it. So it's a blessing. It's really not a testament to me, but to the people that I work with, and that always do a great job of keeping me healthy. The training room here, the weight room staff over there, and so I'm just really fortunate.
Does it matter to you though? I mean, you could just think I'll play off and be done with it.
Yeah, it matters that I'm available for my team. I want to be out there. I feel like we have a better chance of success if I'm out there being able to, not even just myself making plays, but putting the defense in position to make plays. So in and of itself, that matters to me, but the actual recognition of a streak of playing X amount of plays in a row necessarily doesn't really matter.
Justin, you talk so much about communication on the defense. You lose a guy like Ronald Darby in week 1. How much does that change for you now, having Pat coming in and probably going to get an expanded role this week?
Yeah, that's communication is the biggest thing. And I think, one of the things I was thankful for is during training camp and times that we've been able to really grow in that relationship with Pat. I think we've done such a good job of just rotating, and then communication in the meeting room is huge too. You're not only going to get X amount of reps on the field, and so you got to be able to make sure that communication transfers over into the film room, and that's where a lot of our communication with Pat has been. And I think he's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be a problem for him at all. He has his head on his shoulders the right way, and so I'm excited for him for this opportunity.
When you have a rookie like Pat being thrown into the fire this early in his career, do you offer any words of encouragement, anything you give him before his first career start in the NFL?
Oh yeah, just be you. Do what's got you here. He's proven that he can play at the highest level with the best of them. His whole career, his whole football career, and playing in the NFL is really for him is going to be no different. He's got a great pass rush. The ball is going to be having to come out fast. He's got guys like Kareem and myself to be able to kind of direct traffic, make sure he's comfortable. And communication is going to be the biggest thing that keeps him at ease. And so, any part of him being out there in large part is not just on him, it's on us as a secondary. And we got to be able to make sure that we're doing all that we can to help him.
How much more comfortable do you feel this year in Vic's defense versus even last year? And I ask that because a lot's been written and talked about how his defense kind of spreading across the league, but I'm curious how much familiarity plays a role in its kind of full success, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it seems like every year, you get the base concept of what we're doing. Obviously has been easier every year transitioning into the new year, but the details behind it are what is really challenging. And Vic has such a strong defensive mind, and the way he sees the game is unparalleled. And so that's why, like, you'll see different variations throughout the league of the defense, but Vic's not at the helm. It just doesn't have that same feel. And the way that him and Ed work, in harmony, and then the way that they're able to teach, guys like myself, Vaughn, Kareem, the way that Kyle learned it when he was in Chicago, and now that he's here, it's just been like it's been awesome to see the game through their eyes and to get a new perspective. So it's great. I wouldn't say at any point I've been like stagnant in my learning of this defense. It's always progressing.
You guys have forever talked about, we're going to start fast, we're going to do things differently, and it didn't happen. Now that it's happened, can you sense a difference? That confidence is changing, like the kind of the things are starting to move in the right direction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%. And it's all cohesive, right? It's not just the defense wanted to talk about, starting fast and have turnovers, but I mean, the offense having our back, right? I mean, they had, I think, 2 possessions where it was like 7+ minutes or something like that. We're getting rest on the sideline, able to come out and play faster, see things faster, things like that. And so it was just great overall team execution, team football. And that's what we're going to have to do on a week in, week out basis in order to make sure that we're leaving on Sundays, home or away, with a win. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. I feel like this team is definitely something special, in terms of just bonding together.
As much pride as you guys on defense take in what you do, even though you win, is there still a little bit of frustration about the last touchdown, about not having a single-digit score on the board at the end of the night? Yeah,
no, there is for sure. And as they were driving, we had kind of talked about it before we had took the field, like, hey, the game at this point is what it is, but like let's put this out of question. Like, let's make sure they don't even move the ball. And obviously it was what it was. But those are some of the things that we talk about. You want to be the best, and you got to be able to go out and to execute in times like that. And there were opportunities there for us. And like I said, at the game at that point, their last drive was kind of out of reach. But those are the things where you practice for, you're kind of practicing for those times where at 100% stampedes matter. Like, what if they needed a field goal and we had to go take the field? Like, we have to be able to plant our foot in the ground. It's hard to emulate that, but those are the types of situations you got to put yourself through.
You mentioned the learning curve for a rookie QB like Lawrence. What about a rookie coach like Urban Meyer? I know he had a ton of success in college. Is he going to have trouble transitioning? A great career as an NFL coach? What do you foresee for Urban Meyer? Yeah,
I feel like, little as I know, I feel like he's going to do just fine. Talking about success in terms of, winning national championships in college and then just transitioning to the pros. I don't know if that's going to transition in terms of just winning, multiple Super Bowls or whatever the case may be. But in terms of like a winning tradition down there in Jacksonville, I can definitely see that happening. And it's really good, like I said, for us to go down there because he is a great head coach mind, and we got to be prepared to go down there and expect sometimes the unexpected. They have great players that Trevor Lawrence can utilize, and that's just what we got to do. So we got to go down there and be great on defense.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.